It's time to break up the duo, and I'm saying it with the utmost confidence. When you have been to multiple conference finals, when you have reached the NBA finals, and you see that the way that they play, they don't complement each other well. And to be honest with you, I ain't saying they have to be best friends, but it's alarming to me when I watch and I look across the internet and I see guys working out throughout the summertime, and I have never seen Jayson Tatum and Jaylen Brown link up one time. One time.
You better preach.
And so all good things have to come to an end. And if I'm the Celtics, after this series, because I believe that the Miami Heat is going to close this out in Game 4, I have to reevaluate some things. And I'm sorry, although we love Jaylen Brown, and I think he's one of the most underrated players in the game today, it is time to break up the duo. And I told Stephen A. this before I came on the show. If I'm the Celtics, I would actually look into a sign and trade for Damian Lillard. Who says no? Do Portland says no? Hell no. Do the Celtics say no? Hell no. It's time for change. It's time for something different. It's time to break these two guys up.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man? Bro, I'm out, man. That nigga's tripping.
What do you know? ESPN has decided to extend the contract of Kendrick Perkins at their network. That is unbelievable. This is Sports Guy Talking that you guys are watching and listening to. I am Dustin Tran, your host, as I am here today to talk about ESPN keeping Kendrick Perkins on their payroll, as he will be there for multiple years moving forward. Although Kendrick Perkins has been one of the worst analysts at ESPN, the network decided to keep him for basketball coverage moving forward. Kendrick Perkins has been wrong on several occasions throughout his time in NBA media. Before I say anything else though, I want to present you guys with a topic question. So here it is. Was it stupid to extend the contract of Kendrick Perkins at ESPN? Absolutely. Is that even a real question? Kendrick Perkins has been one of the dumbest analysts ever in the history of NBA media. That's how dumb Kendrick Perkins is. I'm going to show you guys several examples of Kendrick Perkins being a total dumbass when it comes to talking about basketball. The first example that I will show to you guys is about how the MVP voters were supposedly racist because they kept voting for Nikola Jokic to win MVP, when in reality, Nikola Jokic was really just that damn good at playing basketball. Roll the film.
When it comes down to guys winning MVP since 1990, it's only 3 guys that won the MVP that wasn't top 10 in scoring. Do you know who those 3 guys were?
Who were they?
Steve Nash, Jokic, and Dirk Nowitzki. Now, what do those guys have in common? I'll let it sit there and marinate. You think about it.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. At no point in your rambling, incoherent response were you even close to anything that could be considered a rational thought. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
That was obviously an idiotic statement made by Kendrick Perkins. There was so much flawed logic in his analysis of why Nikola Jokic kept winning the MVP award. This man basically cherry-picked statistics in order to prove a bad point when talking about Nikola Jokic. The next clip I want to show you guys is about Kendrick Perkins making foolish statements regarding the Golden State Warriors. He said they were done winning NBA titles. Obviously, the Golden State Warriors, they go on and win the NBA title in the 2022 NBA season. Roll the film.
Hell yeah, they over. And look, it's not because of the lack of playing time that Steph, Clay, and Draymond has had this season. Look, these guys have played together their entire career. They know how to find the chemistry. It's about the others. And when you saw Steve Kerr get mad the other night at Marcus Smart, yes, it was about protecting Steph Curry, but it was about him having 12 games left in the season and him trying to find his rotations, trying to find the continuity, trying to find the chemistry. Remember, Clay got back, and I said this, it was going to be guys that were going to have to play different roles. Now you have to find out where you're going to play Jordan Poole, how you going to play Kuminga, how is Draymond and Kuminga going to play with one another. And if you're a head coach, when you get to this period of time where it matters the most, going into the home stretch, the last part of the season, you want to have guys knowing their roles and knowing their place. And that's why I say that with Steph Curry being injured and not coming back into the playoffs, that yes, I strongly believe that the Warrior title hopes are done for this season.
You serious?
Can you talk about a take that aged more poorly than that? Holy cow, do you want me to keep going in terms of roasting Kendrick Perkins? These takes that I've already showed you guys have been really awful, and they're just some examples of why Kendrick Perkins should not be employed at ESPN moving forward. But let's keep the receipts going. I also want to show you guys this clip of Kendrick Perkins talking about how Giannis Antetokounmpo is a Robin to Chris Middleton's Batman. It was one of the worst takes that I have ever heard anybody spew out when talking about basketball. It sounded like an uneducated man talking about the game of basketball. Roll the film.
What Giannis proved to me last night is that he's a certified Robin. And that's okay, because Chris Middleton is the Batman of that team. And he showed us that last night with the epic performance that he put on last night in a must-win situation. When it mattered the most, Chris Middleton was the one carrying the throne when Brooklyn was making that run, when they cut it into two. The ball was in Chris Middleton's hands. So what Giannis showed me last night is that, hey, I could do this long as I don't have to be the guy, the go-to guy when it matters the most. I'm good first, second, and third quarter, but when it comes in the fourth, when it's time for the guys, when it's time for the buckets to get delivered, I don't want the ball. Give it to Chris Middleton and let him do him. I'm still waiting on the former defensive player of the year in him to answer the call, because he tried to trick us and tried to pick up James Harden last night with a pulled hamstring, and James Harden started torching him. So look, I'm still waiting on that. I'm still waiting on the defensive player of the year, first team all defense. I want to see that. I want to see Giannis sit down and guard somebody. I want to see Giannis actually have an impact on the defensive end. He has not shown that all series long.
Oh shit, here we go again.
Are you serious, Kendrick Perkins? Are you actually joking? Or is that what you actually believe? Because if you're calling Giannis Antetokounmpo Robin at the time, you must have been on crack. You must have been on drugs. Giannis Antetokounmpo was always the best player on the Milwaukee Bucks. I have one final clip that I want to show you guys. It is about Kendrick Perkins making a fool out of himself when he was talking about Jayson Tatum recently. He was talking about how Jayson Tatum was selfish for wanting to win an MVP award. Roll the film.
What's your word for Tatum wanting to win MVP?
Oh, it's simple. Selfish. He's selfish, and it's a great way of saying it. I'm not being negative right now, but look, seeking or concentrating on one's own advantage, pleasure, or well-being without regard for others.
You're an idiot and a scammer.
Bruh, do you even actually understand how the game of basketball even works? So if Jayson Tatum said he didn't have interest in winning the MVP award, you would basically call Jayson Tatum nonchalant. Quite frankly, those 4 clips alone should showcase you the stupidity of Kendrick Perkins. That's why ESPN should have had no business extending Kendrick Perkins. In fact, based on those takes alone, he should have been fired from their network. I could have shown you guys even more clips, but I'm going to stop it here because I think I've beyond proved the point of the stupidity surrounding Kendrick Perkins' head. A 5-year-old could probably outsmart Kendrick Perkins in basketball. That's how dumb Kendrick Perkins is. All he knows how to do is make hot take after hot take that ages poorly. And by the way, those clips that I showed you guys in terms of what Kendrick Perkins said, all of those guys managed to go on to become NBA champions, which means Kendrick Perkins really doesn't know anything about basketball. So that is why it was beyond a stupid move for ESPN to extend the contract of Kendrick Perkins at ESPN, as he is one of the dumbest sports talkers ever in sports media history. Remember, go ahead and subscribe to Sports Guy Talking, like the video, and please comment down below. If you guys do that, I'm going to shout you guys out in my Instagram story every Monday. That'll be for the Adust Trend. Instagram account. Make sure to follow me on Instagram at DustinNashTran, and that's Sports Guy Talking. Also, go follow me on Twitter at DustinNashTran. Again, go ahead and do those things that I just told you guys to go do. Hopefully, you guys enjoyed the content that was just produced. Peace out. I hope you enjoyed that video. Want more Sports Guy Talking, the home of great sports content? Make sure you click that subscribe button to get the latest from Sports Guy Talking. Go ahead and like the video, comment down below, check the description box on the video in order to follow my Instagram and Twitter. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from the YouTube channel, Sports Guy Talking.